All right, greetings everyone. This is a topic that is very vital within our community that we need to discuss or to talk about. This is a topic that affects life, and it is in a matter of life and death, which is the topic of suicide. What is this suicide? It is the act or behavior of taking one's own life or any action that ends the life of a human being. It is done by an individual willingly with their own body, or it is a decision that is taken by a person themselves. So how do we identify that these ideations or these behaviors? You will see this from people who are often talking about death, and then you will see this by the behaviors of that person. Some of those people, they would engage in so much abuse of drugs. They will be engaged in behaviors that would trigger suicide themselves. Such include being in dysfunctional relationship, which you would see that it's most likely that there will be a trigger for suicidal behaviors. So there are risk factors that are often attached to suicide. The risk factors meaning things that are most likely to be involved or to be identified as presenting problems to people who commit suicide. One of those include depression. What is this depression? Depression is a mood disorder, or it is a disorder that affects the way that a person feels in their own mood, which often result in hopelessness. That is why in most instances, people who commit suicide have lost the hope in life, and they are in a point in which they don't think that the state they are in it will have any solution to it. So another aspect will be substance use. Another aspect will be health, such as illnesses that are incurable most of the time. So what are the warning signs? How can we detect? How can we see? How can we observe or maybe suspect that somebody might be in an ideation to commit suicide? Firstly, there is what you call isolation. You isolate yourself. You withdraw from the society, you withdraw from the loved ones. If you have been somebody who has been very talkative, very social, you will notice that the people or the person will now start to distance themselves from social places, public places, the individuals that have been able to talk to. We see a certain change in behavior. Some, they become very much aggressive if they have been calm people. Some, those who have been aggressive, they now start to be extremely very calm as a way of showing this isolation as well. So we have behaviors in which we have some people, they often start to talk about death and talk about how it might feel like to be dead. Suicide is very important to detect and to prevent, but how can we do this? We need to first be able to identify those people. Like I said, they isolate themselves. But if a person isolates themselves, they need you to be there for them. They need somebody to talk to. Talking to a person who is depressed, talking to somebody who is thinking of suicide, talking to somebody who has maybe financial problems that will trigger maybe suicide, it needs somebody who is there, being present to talk to that person. Talking to that person is to ensure to them that they will find help. When a person commits suicide or acts to commit suicide, they have concluded in their mind that they will never find solution to the problem they are undergoing through, or they don't see feeling any way better than the way they are feeling. So it needs you to be there for them, to be calm, and to be able to tell them or ensure to them that the way they are feeling, it is normal to feel when they are in that state, and that they will find help somewhere. So then your role is to be able to be informed to say they need some therapy, psychotherapy, counseling therapy, or they need a medical assistance, where now a person can be given antidepressants that will help them to calm their emotions that are leading them to behaviors that will result in suicide. Thank you very much.